Hey Avi,
Hi Sanjeev,
how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Please. Hey Avi, how's the database going?
Oh, brilliantly, boss. I'm so excited about it. We're really coming to the conclusion of it. Everything's falling into place. The team's working extremely hard. You'll be proud of what we deliver to the client, and you'll see the results. They will be absolutely blown away by what we have done for them.
Excellent,
I think it will
excellent.
exceed their expectations.
Excellent. Well, look, you're a star, and expect nothing short of that. So thanks for that. And Avi, a new request has come up.
Right.
Let me just put the context behind it. What is happening? Just remind ourselves. I mean, you know this very well, but you know that with the current database that you're working on, what is that all about? That's about the loyalty card scheme.
Sure.
This new loyalty card scheme, which is business critical and strategic critical for the strategy critical for the client. They are expanding into a brand new and putting a lot of push in the younger market segments. This means that their database has to expand, which is of course the stuff that you're working on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, along with that, they've got a new CIO who, as you know, joined about a month ago, and he's absolutely driven on business intelligence. Business BI is the biggest thing, in his realm. So, as a result, the company has decided, the client has decided to revamp their entire reporting processes on all projects.
Right.
Because they want, and they have marking processes for every step of the project, etc., etc. So there's some new templates. There'll be new status reports, and basically the whole reporting setup needs to change. It's mission critical for the client, and it's mission critical for us because they're putting this out to all their vendors. Okay, and the ones that can comply and in a constructive way. Of course, remember that we are up for the renewal of the contract in the next 6 months' time. So,
Yeah.
this is the context. I really need your help. The objective is clear. We've got 5 days to set up a new reporting process on their templates, and it's not a simple one either. So there's a lot to do, and I just wanted to get your idea that how, in your opinion, can we comply? I mean, this is going to mean 5 days of solid working right now, from this afternoon. How in your opinion, what can we do?
Well, boss, certainly, thanks very much for giving all that context. It sort of really gives me a great idea of what they're trying to do, and I understand the urgency of this. I understand what needs to be done. My only concern really is that with this database at the moment, as we were just talking about it, it really is at that point where all the resources are sort of tied into this and are single-mindedly focused on just delivering that. We know how valuable that is to the client, and we wouldn't want to compromise on the quality of what we're delivering to them, and all the good work that we've done so far with this database. And that's where I think we will struggle to do this report in the next 5 days. If we had a little more time, we'd do a great job, but right now, simply perhaps won't have the bandwidth to do it.
Look, I mean, I absolutely appreciate, and I know the work that's going on in the database, and also the compliments that are flying from the client of the way that you guys, that you specifically have engaged and are meeting the deadline step by step. So wouldn't want to disturb that at all. Speaking of, so I'm understanding from you, you mentioned resource is an issue.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Vijay left about 3 months ago, as you know,
yeah.
that team has been really stretched, and all hands on deck with this database project.
You think Vijay could have relieved you on this to give you some space to be able to handle the?
I mean, extra hands are always welcome, boss, especially in a critical point in the project.
Yeah.
I mean, he left 3 months before the implementation which is already quite tight. We were sort of quite way to the project at that point in time, and losing him, while it was great for him, I guess for us it was a bit of a stutter, and we all had to get on board to be able to do it.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the team that is able to help out and to take some of your load right now?
Well, there are a couple of people. I mean, Ritika comes to mind, but you know, she's completely tied up in her part of the implementation. And I'm just trying to think if there's anyone else. But you know, at the same time, I don't want someone who's sort of not as experienced as Ritika on these reports, because I understand how critical they are. That's where um, my sort of my thoughts are going as to how we can
Yeah.
do that.
See, thanks. I see. I mean, the thing is that I think Ritika is a good choice, and we should give her the chance to also learn something new and to do this, because she's she's very sharp from what you tell me on a lot of other things. Here's the issue. At any other time, if it was an adjustment to the reporting process and so on, we could just say, okay, let's give it to Ritika fully and let her run with it. Because of the criticality of this, we can't afford to get it wrong. If I look around the team, if there's one person who's got that expertise, and remember last year when you did the reporting change, the client was highly complimentary, you know.
Yeah.
So for that, in order to make sure that it happens in the best way possible, I really need, you know, really need you to input on it. So if you have Ritika working, how, in your opinion, what creative ways could you come up with? And I appreciate that you might want to think about this a little more.
Yeah.
But the issue is, how can we maintain the pressure on the database, get the database done? You know what they say is that, you know, when you want a job done, give it to the busiest guy, right?
Well,
Right?
thank you.
So I know you've got broad shoulders, but I'm really asking for your advice on this and your help on this, and how do you think how could it be achieved? Both
Look,
things.
maybe just give me half an hour now to think about this. An idea that's coming into mind is that maybe, as opposed to giving Ritika the complete report to do, um, either she could do parts of it, and I could take parts of it, the more critical ones, or it could be that, you know, some of the stuff that I'm working on for the implementation of this database, she's fully aware of it, and she might be able to pick up some of that. That might be good learning for her, and I could just fully concentrate on the reports. That could be one solution. But just give me, if it's all right, just
Yeah,
give me about an hour to think about this.
yeah, sure.
And if I can just knock back on your door again in an hour's time.
Yeah.
I don't know how your calendar is looking. But
No, look, I'll keep it clear. You know, I'm here for you because I know that we need to
Okay.
go through it.
It is going to be challenging, but look, let me just go back and think about it, and I'll come back to you.
That's great, Avi. I mean, look, I know it's a tough ask, but as I said, I think you've got the broad shoulders and
Thank you.
fully reliant on you. Thanks for that.
No,
You know,
no
thanks for your cooperation.
I'll see you back in an hour.
Great. Look forward to it. Thanks a lot.